Hi and welcome back to Infinity Coders channel. In this video, we will provide a step-by-step guide to help you to set up and run your Java code on your Windows machine from the Eclipse IDE. We will focus on setting up Eclipse, a popular integrated development environment called as IDE. So this is how it will look at the end. Once you make the installation and setup, you are able to run your code from the Eclipse IDE. So we'll provide instruction on how to download this Eclipse, creating a new Java project, writing the Hello World program with the Eclipse environment. So at the end of the video, you will learn how to compile and run the Java code directly from Eclipse and view the output in the console, as we can see from here. So with this, let's get started. So next, let's look into how to download the Eclipse IDE. So first, we have to go to the Eclipse website. So go to any web browser and then search for Eclipse organization download. So click on it. So once it appears, the first option called Eclipse, so you can click on it. So once you go in, you can see this is the complete Eclipse IDE. So this is basically is the installer, and once you download the installer, you have to choose, because under the IDE, it is supported for a lot of other programming type. For example, this is for Java, and they also have for C, C++, for web development, PHP, and many more. So for us, since we are going to do for Java developers, so I'm going to click on this, and since I'm using a Windows, I click on the 64-bit to download. So once the download begins, uh, it will roughly take around 10 minutes. So after the download is completed, then we can click on it to start the installation. Yeah, so roughly it will take around 10 minutes based on the time and your Wi-Fi speed. Once the download is complete, extract the download archive to a location of your choice. Go into where it's downloaded. So download under downloads. So click on it and then unzip. Extract all and yeah, unzip the entire folder. So once the zip have been completed, now we can actually go into the unzip location, click on it, and then move to the eclipse.exe. Double click on the eclipse.exe to, to launch the Eclipse project. So you can choose the workspace where do you want to save the Eclipse project, and then after the Eclipse have been launched, you will see a welcome screen as you shown here. Before we proceed further, make sure the needed JDK version have been set up from the environmental variable. If you do need a reference on how to set up the JDK version and how do you set up from the environmental variable, please refer to the previous video, and the link have been provided in the description for the steps to be executed. So with that, let's move on to create a new Java project from the Eclipse. Next, to create a new Java project. So since this is a very new project, you can actually directly choose to create a Hello World application if you are new or beginner that you like to start it. So you have a walkthrough and how do you set up the Hello World. So I would just like to go through the usual steps when you want to create a new project. So I'm clicking on the create a new project. And once you click on it, then you can actually put your project name. So in this case, I'm trying to do a very basic introduction. I'm just calling as Hello World Introduction. So this is the location where it will be, the project will be created. And this is the environment I'm using, 17. So it's optional, depending on what kind of version of SE that you set, you're able to use. I'm using this, and yeah, all the other ones are already pre-configured by default. So if you do need to set anything else, yeah, we're able to send, then click on next. So this is how it will look, overview of how the project will be looked. So this is the Hello World project, and this is the source file. So under the source file, the main class that will be created. So you could, cross-check all the libraries, all the dependencies, is it correct? So once you have done that, then just click on the finish button for the project to be created. So now we can see there's a hello world that is being created in the Explorer, and this is the source file, and this is the main module info.java, and this is the hello world introduction. So the main class is actually this module info.java. Okay. So we click on the module info.java, and this is the hello world introduction. So this is actually module, they call it part of the module. Okay. So now with that, let's move on to the next step, which is to create a new Java class, and we can name it as a hello world. Next, let's look into how to create a new Java class. So when you see that this is called Package Explorer, this is the hierarchy where all the class will be created. So when you click on Hello World Introduction, and there's like something like a new here. So when you click on here, there's an option to create a new Java project, the class, the package. If you want to create like a new module, so you can give a new package name. What's the name? So this is interface. So all of the others we will take a look as we proceed with Java development course. So for now, let's say if I want to create a new class, you can either select it from here, or you also have an option here, create a new Java class. So when you click on it, so it will show you, so you need to give a new name. So I'm just giving as hello world. So the name is his and it's public. So you can also give a package name. Try not to use the default as your name. So you can just maybe, since this is my main, I'm just trying giving the package name as main. And this is hello world. And then I don't really need a super class. So this is just a normal. And I'm just choosing as a public void main. So this is my main class, and it will execute whatever is under the main. So with that, I will just click on finish. So after I've done the finish, you can see that now it's have generated for me the main, which is my main module. This is actually my module, and this is the package name is basically always all is the hierarchy from your module. So since this is my first module, so it become main. As if you create another module under the main, so it become main dot the new module name. So with that, now I already created a new Hello World class. So let's look into how to write our Java code. Next, to write a Java code, so in your code editor, you will see an empty Hello World class. So we can replace the default code with our desired Java code. For example, you can see here, this is the class, and this is my main void. So under this, we can actually create what kind of code we like to create. So we actually able to create. So example, I'm just going to try to print out something. I can just type in as system dot out dot print. So it will give you options of while you're typing in this. There's an options print, and then I'm just trying to give like a a string inside. So I'm just trying to call hello world. So now I've created my hello world. So before you can run, try to just click on Control S, or you can just go to File, and you can always save it as if you really want to go, or you can just use the Command Control F. After you have saved the file, then just click on this option here called Run Hello World, or you can even right click and there should be a run option, Run As. This is Java application. So if I hit on the run, you will see the console coming out and this hello world that has been created. So let's say if there's an error, meaning there's usually we'll see a red color if there's an error. But let's say during compilation you miss and you double click on run hello world, and then you click. So here during the compilation part, it will actually show you that there's something that is missing, which is a syntax error, and it's which line. So in this case, it's showing at line 7, and there's a missing out icon. So once you add, and then, as I said, you need to Control S, save the file, click on run back again. Yeah, see how basically have been showing up correctly now. So yeah, this is the execute main. So this is your main. So you can create many more code from here. So let's say if I add more or much more, then click on run. So after I save, you can see it's actually printing up in my console. So this is different from last week where we tried to compile it using commands and then we will execute it. Actually, the Eclipse is handling when you're clicking on the run, it does the compilation from the JVM and then show it in the console for it by running it. So with this, we have reached to the end of our video. So we have learned how to download and install Eclipse, create a new Java project, create a new and write our Java code, save into a file, and run the program through the Eclipse. So if you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing to our channel for more programming tutorials. Happy coding and see you in the next video.